Studio One 4.6 also brings some highly anticipated updates to the pattern mode. We now have tight long notes, both for drum mode as well as for melodic mode, and we can also set an individual offset delay per step, as a lot of people have requested. Also, aside from being able to convert a pattern into a part like previously, we can now also convert a part into a pattern. This opens up a whole lot new creative possibilities. Let's check them out. One of the coolest features in Studio One 4.6 is that we are now able not only to convert a pattern into a part, but also a part into a pattern. Let me show you why this is so cool. So I have a pretty basic drum beat going on here. Right, pretty 4 to the floor, pretty basic. And I want to make that more interesting in a small amount of time. In this case, part to pattern is a great option. So this is how you do it. You just right-click the part, like you could also do with a pattern. You go to Instrumental Parts, and then you select Convert Part to Pattern. I could also select it from my recent items here. So what I have first is exactly identical to what I had with the part. But now I can do things with this part that I'm unable to do in the classic drum editor. For example, I can go to the hi-hats right here. And what I can do is go to the probability tab and set the probability of these triggers actually playing to 50% for each of these by holding down Shift. Right? There's immediately a little bit of complexity and everything is not quite as predictable. Now we can also increase the swing very easily by going for something like 15%. One thing that I love to do, for example on the rim shot, is just give that a different step length. So not 64 but 12. So while everything plays 64, this will loop every 12. So every time it's a slightly different point, right? Can do the same with the probabilities yet again. Glitch some of these with the repeat triggers. And then just put some random notes here and there if I feel so inclined. And that is such a cool way of getting a lot of life into this. Once I'm happy with this and I want this randomness to be a certainty so that I can use it in my further production, I just highlight the pattern, I hit G for merging, and there we go. It's all translated back into a classic drum part. So another feature that 4.6 added is that we finally have long, as in tight notes for pattern mode, and that is true both for melodic as well as drum mode. So to demonstrate this, I brought a little bass line here and I applied our brand new pedal board on it because that's not just great on guitars or basses, it's also amazing for synthesizers. Just to demonstrate, let me play this bass line without the pedal board. And this is just one effect, by the way. I can have tons more stomp boxes, of course. Sounds quite alright. Has a little bit of sidechain compression on it and stuff. But listen to it with the pedal board. Right? It's so much grittier and meaner, has so much more character, and that is just one pedal, as I've mentioned. Now with this amazing new feature in combination with the long or the tight notes we can now do in pattern mode, we can really give so much more complexity and life to our bass lines than before in pattern mode.